Musk, musk, music, musk, music. Okay. I've been trying to get ahead of my uploads today. I did record one last night that you will see sometime this week, and I'm gonna do the cheese sometime as well, because I have studying to get to. I've got studying to get done, so I've got to be ahead of the curve on the YouTube thing and all the other work that I'm doing. But today I wanted to share with you a little project that I've been working on. Right, so I've played guitar for nearly a year now. That's good, that's great, that's lovely, I love that. But I'm doing the peachy perfect kind of thing of like, I'm gonna write a song, guys. I don't think it's the best song in the world. Again, it's still a work in progress. I've still got a lot to learn about music theory, but what's this? Wait. That was a very poorly played C major, but it was C major nonetheless. Anyway, so I just wanted to share the process of making this song so far, because obviously electric guitar, I'm gonna get an audio interface, I have a microphone, I have a MIDI keyboard. Many of you might not know, but I do have a MIDI keyboard, which will also go with the audio interface. And I can put it all into Audacity and all into Reaper, and I can deliver the most amazing experience directly into your earlobes. That's not a sexual thing, but so this song started out probably, okay, when I started playing guitar, I was, right, that was probably the first thing I learned in like Seven Nation Army, right? But my fingers were not as capable as they are now. And at a point, like, this is the F chord, when I started doing bar chords. First song I ever learned was Rivers and Roads by The Head and the Heart, which is just C, A minor, and F. But the tutorial that I watched played F like this, where they had this finger there and, right, just those four. But it's a bar, right? That's the whole F. But I started playing it like this. Now, many people use their thumb, and it sounds so much better than what I just did. But initially, I started with this because I thought, I'm gonna make a chord progression and it's gonna be cool. So I went from F. I didn't know it was F at the time, but I soon found out it's F, A minor, C, and then G. So it's very cool. I like it personally. This is where it started. And it was with this strumming pattern that I thought was so hip and so cool at the time. Right? And like, right? Because I had this thing where I'd go, and that was fun. That was very nice to play around with. And then I found a song from a musical called The Outsiders. It's a very good musical. I haven't seen it, but I listened to the songs on Spotify. And that's sort of got a C. I think they used a capo. So it's not C, it's actually E flat. That's the one. And then they do this thing. Right, right, so they have their whole thing, but for me, it was interesting to learn that song because I had to look at someone's fingers because there's no actual detailed tabs that were available to me to do stuff like this. Right? So I started playing around with my little chord progression and eventually stumbled upon something like this. That's pretty cool, right? Or so I thought. And it is. I don't have fingernails in this hand, which is why my finger picking sounds terrible. But I have a massive obsession with Greek mythology and Dionysus, god of theater. I mean, I love theater so much. But at the time, I was all up in Dionysus's business, and I was thinking, oh yeah, Dionysus. So I thought, okay, I'll write a poem, and then I'll see if it fits with this song. So I wrote this poem called The Taste of Wine. I don't have it on my laptop. It's in a flip file somewhere. I should get it. But I like it, okay? It's a good poem. I love the poem. But the lyrics were very depressing, and I wanted to get that dichotomy between like agony and ecstasy, and I couldn't get that from those lyrics. Like obviously there some of them were good, some of them were bad. But long story short, I put the capo on the 2nd fret. Right, also very fun, and I started playing around with like different whatever. But basically, I still couldn't find that balance because I did do this thing where I went, because obviously the chord progression F, A, or in this case it was G. I've got to think, I shouldn't have to think this hard, but it's fine, I'm still learning. G, it's not G. Yes, it is G. It's G. And then I'll find out the chord progression and I'll put it right here. When the capo's in the 2nd fret, that's the chord progression. Congratulations. But I did go to the actual whole shape of that G chord, or the F shape of the, whatever, you get the point. And then I went to C, which is D in this formation with the capo, and then I went to G and did that whole thing. And that sounded a bit like this. So you had the whatever. So taking that, I was like, okay, that's good, but every single pop song in the history of ever uses this chord progression. And I thought, okay, I'm not satisfied with that. I'm not satisfied with the first one because it's morbid and depressing, and I'm not satisfied with that one. And in all honesty, I'm still between this one because I put the capo on the 1st fret and I got this. Right? So in all honesty, it's better. I think, because what I did, I watched a clip from the Odyssey. I haven't seen the Odyssey yet. And it's got that, right? That bow scene. And I started playing around with just, I don't know the name of the chord, but it's an A minor. I don't know the code of the chord. Here's the chord itself. There's the chord. So I started playing around with this, because it's also from that one Undertale song where it's like, and then it's like at some point it, right? But I started playing around with that, and went to E minor, G, to C. And I was happy with that. Initially it was a separate thing, because that's just freaking rad. But then I changed it midway to A minor, E major, G with the musical terminology, and then C. So it sounded like this. And then I went to F, G, and then I added like a little flamenco Andalusian cadence type thing in there, right? But I was very happy with that. It made my ears nice and tingly, which is what I'm aiming for in anything that I do. I like to feel tingly when I like to make the tinglies. Anyway, so I thought, okay, let me just, for funsies, try and combine the two chord progressions, because maybe that's that dichotomy that I'm missing. Then let it mellow, and then that was good. And then get this, I did this thing where I'm doing it terribly, but I use my pinky while playing the chords. And I sort of, with it down, down, up, down, up, because I didn't establish it at that point, but I went. And then I was thinking I could get to... Right? But it gets better, because I was playing the electric guitar unplugged because I don't have an amp yet, but I thought, okay, I'll get a feel for it. And I had the cap on the first fret, and I was doing that, and I did something like this. I'm gonna struggle to do it because it's faster than I can manage at the moment. So I had a chord progression, and that's when I realized, okay, then I could maybe work it around to like D minor. It wouldn't be D minor, it would be E flat minor, and then C, and then F. But instead of like, I could have like a slower section, maybe with some piano or some synthesizers or something, and then I'd have the build. Oh wait, I'm playing this wrong, sorry. I don't know. Again, big work in progress. Also got to do lyrics and melodies and matching it all together and metronoming because my timing is off and sheet music, but it's fine. This is the creative process. Okay, this is what it's all about. I hope you like my pink shirt. The cap-on one is growing on me. Anyway. Oh God, snow, my capo fell under my bed. Alright, that'll do us for this one.